Good morning, everybody. I hope that everybody is having a good day. Um, what comes to your mind when you think of large cities? It could be something like infrastructure, things to do, or crime. Crime specifically is a huge thing to pay attention to when you're traveling, or even if you live in a big city. You want to make sure that you're keeping yourself and others safe. So, what causes crime? Crime typically happens when people don't have access to things like food, healthcare, a stable income, or education, the things that they need to survive. So, specifically in 2022, crime rates have been on a steady increase, which is obviously something that we do not want. And for example, in New York City, we can see that as far as January 2022 goes, uh, crime rates as far as murder have been going down 15.2%, but every other crime, such as rape, robbery, burglary, have been on a steady increase, which is obviously something that we don't want. So, what do we do about that, and what has been causing that? The main cause for that, as far as 2022 goes, is the mandated vaccines for law enforcement and police officers. Um, for example, in Chicago, in January 2022, they had a vaccine mandate, and law enforcement and some police officers chose not to get it, which only led criminals to kind of have free reign over whatever they wanted to do, and there weren't as many police officers keeping them in line to stop them. So they kind of went haywire. So, a plan to better these crime rates would be increasing taxes for free healthcare, similar to places like the United Kingdom and Canada. Um, like we can take a look at here. This graph is from 2019, but it's still pretty accurate. Um, as far as murder rates, London's is way down here, and all of our major US cities have very high murder rates compared to London. And that might have something to do with their free healthcare taking something off of their shoulders. Um, the second thing would be to put more money into our direct relief programs. So things like in New York City, they have SNAP, which is Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which provides healthy foods to low income families, or the Temporary Assistance Program, also in New York City, that helps unemployed people find jobs, which you can go to websites like this for and filter out what works best for you. Another thing that needs to be improved is education. So we can see right here in this graph that about 2.5 million and 3 million children are enrolled in public school in the rest of New York State. And New York City is way down here, which is something that obviously is not good. You can ask New York City locals, and they will tell you that they feel like their literacy rates are depleting, and they just overall aren't very happy with their education of their children. So, the cons of this plan would be raising taxes. Nobody wants to pay more than they have to, which is understandable. And there's no guarantee of success. You can't stop crime to a complete halt and assure that it won't happen at all, but we can promise improvement. But let's not lose sight of the bigger picture, however. With this plan, more children would be offered a better education, which I don't think you can put a price on. Um, More money poured into the direct relief programs not only helps those who are using them, but could also create potential jobs as they grow, which would fix your unemployment problem. Free healthcare would take burdens off of many families' shoulders and provide a better quality of life for them and bettering our community overall. So, in a perfect world, in a perfect utopia, there would be no unhappy people and surely no crime. However, I do believe that if these programs were in place for people, they would have opportunities to better themselves, and cities would be safer for those living in them and those visiting them. I don't think that free healthcare and free and better education is a bad thing at all.